Well, the coolest part of our breakfast is the gluten-free scones that Joyful made all by herself. She stood very still and waited for the deer to finish drinking. Then she heard a bird's whistle. She looked across the stream. Turtles sung on a fallen log. A frog jumped into the water.
I wanted to tell you this little story, starting Saturday to right now. Saturday morning we did the chores. It was a beautiful morning. The gestation period of a pig, from the time they breed to when they have their babies, is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. And that was last Thursday. So on Saturday she was basically 2 days overdue. By the way she was acting, I thought it would probably be that day. Now, she didn't look like she was in labor, but what was she doing? She was just standing there. Just standing, doing nothing. And that's not normal for pigs. They're very curious and active. So I thought, I bet this is the day. I bet we'll come home and there'll be babies. We did the morning chores. It was awesome. Daddy, pig, the boar, and all what are feeder pigs now, I guess, all the piglets are back here in a separate fence behind the barn. But not too far from the sow that she would feel completely alone. They can still hear each other and see each other. Next we go to Asheville. We drove to town. My sister had recently had a birthday and we were celebrating it with her. She was taking a journey, taking a long walk for her birthday. And she walked over 30 miles. I think we have a little footage from the walk that Bree shot on her iPhone. Let's see if I can find that. Let's put it right here.
I completed. I really like completing things.
Me too.
So I feel like I did it now.
That's right.
Yeah.
You did do it. I'm pretty impressed.
You not only did it, you
But for the
exceeded
past
that.
like 5 miles, I've been like, why am I doing this? I don't want to keep walking. Or 10.
Oh, I'm glad we came for the last
Maybe
two.
the past 15 miles.
So this is where things kind of got interesting. And what happened next is we took Anna out for supper. We took her out to eat. Brighton, our 2-year-old, started wheezing and coughing. He basically was having an asthma attack. He'd never had one, I'll say unprovoked, where there wasn't like a viral infection causing it. We were worried about him. He was really having a hard time breathing. So we were wondering, is he having an allergy? attack? Is he allergic to something he ate at the restaurant? We were watching him, and as soon as I left the restaurant, I started driving straight towards the hospital. There were no urgent cares open because it was pretty late in the evening, and we had a long drive to our house. If I was close to the house, I could have gone home. We could have given him, you know, a nebulizer. We've had that for the other kids who had reactive airways. But we were a long way from home. So we went to the ER and parked outside, and it was kind of this decision point. Looking at him, he's not in distress. You know, I'm a nurse, some of you don't know. I'm very comfortable looking at him and saying, okay, he's not in trouble right now. He's having a hard time breathing. He's having very minor, what they call retractions, and kind of accessory muscle breathing, where you actually use your chest muscles to breathe instead of just your diaphragm. He's working a little, but he's not in distress. It's not dangerous right now. But with kids, when they get in trouble with their breathing. So we decided, instead of driving and going home, we were gonna go into the ER. I didn't film anything at the ER. It was kind of a funny experience. I just walked in, Bree stayed in the car with the kids. I said, you know, we're gonna be here for 4 hours. We were there for almost exactly 4 hours, and that started at 9:30. So if you can imagine, we were leaving the hospital, what time? 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. We were leaving the hospital about 2 in the morning, 1:30 or 2. Everything was fine. He got a nebulizer. You know, we knew what he needed. He needed a breathing treatment. His wheezing cleared up. We're saying, okay, this is basically some sort of asthma attack, or he reacted to something, but not an allergic reaction. It's not progressive. So we drove home. We get home somewhere around 2:30 in the morning, and tuck all the kids into their beds. So what's my next thing? When I'm coming home, what's the first thing on my mind? Mama Pig. As soon as I got the kids tucked in and got my headlamp, headed out there, and yes indeed, she's having babies, and she's had 3. Here's the strange thing about these 3 pigs though. They were dry. If you know pigs usually have a bunch of babies, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can have a lot of babies. So I saw 3 and they were dry, and it made me a little worried, because I thought it's not likely that she's only having 3 piglets. But if these 3 are dry, it could mean it's been a long time since they were born and she still has piglets inside. So that could be a sign of a problem, a long time span between the piglets. I just hung out. I stayed awake for a while, went back out a little late. I watched her for a while, and then I went back out later on, somewhere near 3:30 in the morning, and still only 3 piglets, but it looked like she actually had delivered at that point all of her afterbirth. I saw the afterbirth there. I was somewhat relieved. It means that, okay, so she's actually having 3 pigs. I don't know why she's only having 3 pigs. And then I saw her active, and she was moving, and looked really good at that point. She didn't look like she was in distress. She delivered her afterbirth. She wasn't bleeding. And so I said, okay, I'm going to bed. After that very busy Saturday and very late night, Sunday morning, we slept in. Mostly I slept in, honestly. And we got up and we did nothing. We checked on the animals, we fed the animals, we checked on the pigs, and that's all we did. We stayed at home, kids played, we sat and kind of talked. We're formulating plans for what is coming for us. A lot of planning. We're actually planning on a very deliberate break from YouTube for some very specific and positive reasons, and we'll tell you more about that soon. Right now, I guess that brings us to the present day. This is Monday now, and I'm gonna pull off this, and I'm gonna put on this lens, the wider angle lens, and there we are. Back to wide angle. Is that better? Can you see? Can you actually see what's around me here a little bit? Let's go. I'm gonna take you down here and show you these pigs. The 3 little pigs. 3 little pigs.
Good job! We got that from Grandma's house. We got that from Grandma's house.
You got the ball from Grandma's?
Yeah. Justice.
They're playing basketball with a bucket here. We put up a new swing in the barn. The kids are really enjoying. It's gonna be a little dark out here. We just got back to the house. We had a pretty busy day today. Here's the little babies. 3 babies nursing away. Mama Pig definitely does not like me in here. And I know from our past experience with pigs that a lot of y'all are going to want to warn me to watch out for that Mama Pig because she'll tear you up. And I'm not saying that dismissively. Honestly, like, we've learned a lot from the comments. We've learned a lot from YouTube comments. Yeah, mother pigs can be aggressive. This sow has never been aggressive to our knowledge, but she's threatening. She's like threatening. Not right now. But she does not like me in here. But she's not doing the thing she was doing yesterday, which was snapping her mouth, which is definitely a threatening sign. Everyone looks good, and I'll leave them alone now. We'll let you see them more tomorrow. All right, folks, well, this has been another great couple days on the homestead. We're going to put out several more videos before we take our break from YouTube, and we'll announce the exact details of when our last video will be and when our first will be. We won't have just this, what's going on, why are they gone for a month. We'll tell you exactly when we're coming back, and we'll come back, at very least, publish a video on that day. Nothing bad is happening. It's actually, we're just saying, hey, we're going to take this positive initiative and take a break off of YouTube. For now, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.